Friends, thank you so much for joining us on this success story video that we have, which talks about the award winning franchise opportunity of Talent Corner. Talent Corner is a 21-year-old plus recruitment company headquartered in Mumbai and running with a very, very successful franchise model all across the country. As we speak, we have more than 85 successful franchise partners operating with us all across India. We have been recognized numerous amount of times as the franchise opportunity of the year in 2020 and 2022. We've also been recognized as the franchisor of the year in the year 2021 and 2022, and numerous other recognitions that have come all because of the efforts of our franchise partners. Today, on this video, I have one of my very, very exciting and growing franchise partners with me, Siva Kumar, who's from Delhi. He was just telling me before we started this call that he's going to be completing 2 successful years of franchising with us on the 1st of September 2023. He's had an amazing journey, and the purpose of calling him out here was so that he can share his experiences with you, his learnings, and so that other people can take inspiration from him and be a successful entrepreneur in this business. Let me also share with you that this video recording is not just meant for those people who are intending to join the business, but it's also meant for our existing franchise partners who could take a cue of learning from one of our most successful partners from Delhi. Welcome, Siva Kumar. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Rashish. Thank you very much for this invitation, and it's a lovely journey to to be here with you on this very nice day, very pleasant day as well in Delhi after a bit of a rain. And yes, it's a very good journey what we had so far, and enjoying every moment of this journey over a period of this 2 years. Yes, you very rightly said. It's actually, the 1st of September will be my completion of 2nd year with Talent Corner. And yes, I have a lot to say about this journey, how we started, and all these things. Yes, of course, we would be discussing this in detail in every, in this complete our interaction also. Yes, Rashish. Yeah, it's a very lovely journey. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, Siva. So, Siva, I'm going to straight dive into my first question. I'm going to know a little bit more about you prior to becoming a franchise partner. And the reason I'm asking this question is because a lot of people, who intend to start our franchise, they normally don't come necessarily from a HR or a recruitment background, but they have a thought, can we do this business? Now, I know you come from a similar background, but maybe you can throw a little bit more light about your background and, how this business can work for others as well.
Right. Yeah, sure. See, let me tell you, I'm basically, by profession, I'm a mechanical engineer by profession. I'm basically from South Tamil Nadu, to be specific, from Madurai, but I did my engineering from Coimbatore, and I did my MBA in advanced human resource management from Australia. And post that, I have catered almost like 20 to 22 years of experience in various corporates. If I talk about the various corporates, I would say that I started my journey in the hospitality sector. Then it's like 5-star hotels, and even Frankfurt Institute is one of the organizations where I have worked. That's where I started my journey as a HR, from the HR front. Even though I'm an engineer, I chose to be on the management side. That's how I started my journey. And post that, I've got a good opportunity in the real estate sector. in the power sector, in the what do you call automobile manufacturing, electronic manufacturing, EPC contracting. So these are few of the organizations where I have worked on a very large scale. And over a period of time, I have learned the HR practices. Also, I have worked in both the models, like in the technical front also, as well as in the management side also. But I always had a passion towards the management aspect. With my technical background or something like that, I was able to, easily manage things in the organization. So that's how I have grown over the period of time in the 22 years of experience in the corporates. And finally I have landed yeah, the milestone is to become a CHRO. Of course, for any HR person, that's the ultimate. Post that, then you become a CEO for an organization or something like that. So yes, I became the CHRO for one of the electronic manufacturing organizations. So the journey was everything is a learning, actually. All those things came across a lot of it. So having said that, I have had all these sort of an experience. I always wanted to be an independent entrepreneur or something like that. I wanted to create uh, more in terms of as an organization. I wanted to work to be independent in terms of having time for business as well as time for your family. So ultimately, every person will have some sort of values in their, life as well as in their professional life also. So in that context, after having worked for more than 20 years, I believe that, okay, it's at least this is the time that, I have to start my journey as an entrepreneur or something like that. And you won't believe that I have been following Talent Corner for almost like 3 years, before taking a decision, because it's a very big call for me. Leaving out the CHRO job, which is highly paid, and suddenly coming to entrepreneur or some other side of the table and start doing magic or something like that. It was a very big journey, and my son was is also in 12th, so it was a very critical decision making for me to take this. But touch wood, all my family, friends, everybody were by my side, my family, friends, and all these people were assisting me in this sort of a journey. Yes, please go ahead. So, in the sense, I've been reading Talent Corner or following them with Snehal, to be very specific in your case, over this journey of three years. Not much, but yes, I read through whatever the posts, videos, and all these things. I was just, what to say, I was just taking a confirmation within myself. Okay, am I taking the right decision? Because it's a very big call for me. So, should I step into Talent Corner, leaving my corporate life or something like that? So, and also my family, my son is in 12. So, all these were critical areas, because I know that, what to say, my regular income in terms of that is going to get stopped. Okay. So, that's the risky part, which I, took that with my family support. And all these things. That's how I landed in Talent Corner after having studied them for quite some time. Because I know that I have seen and read few competitors of Talent Corner. I would not say that I just picked away straight away Talent Corner. I did make if you talk about marketing funnel, you actually converge to a certain point. Why I, picked on Talent Corner. So there were few aspects which rather I did not get to know when I was just doing a research or something like that. It is more towards when I started interacting. And after having said that, it's almost like 2 years. Now I feel that whatever the decisions that I have taken so far, it's pretty much clear in terms of whatever the decisions that I have taken. So this is the overall background, if I say. This is my background and my landing into Talent Corner, and it's been a 2-year journey. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Thanks, so Siva. I think you've shared quite a bit, and I'm going to um, take a cue of things that you spoke about and ask you a few more questions. Now, you have mentioned, you graduated and you spent almost 20 plus years in HR. I know for a matter of fact that an HR of an organization is not always directly involved with recruitment. So my
Yes.
first question is how directly were you involved in the recruitment process in your earlier organizations, and how much was it challenging for you to take up this now role, which has, I mean, if I may say so, almost 90% of recruitment? What is your thought and
Yes.
view about this?
See, as far as the recruitment aspect is concerned, this is very, very critical for any organizations for that matter, because you have to fit the right person in the right job. Unless otherwise, this is a very first step for any HR practices, and for an organization also, this is very, very critical. Yes, if I talk about HR practices, it's huge. There are a lot of other things like training, performance, and employee engagement, organizational development. There are so many practices, but why talent acquisition? Because that's the entry point for an organization's success. When I'm getting the right person for the right job and he does it, and he's the one who's actually, it's not about the organization, it's the people who are building the organization. So as a HR, yes, in the talent acquisition, I used to take a lot of care in terms of, even though I was taking care of the whole HR, domain as such, but still I was taking a lot of care in the HR talent acquisition processes, even from all my corporate experiences. That is the reason is because the entry level persons are very, very critical for an organization's success. So he's the one who's going to bring you performance. He's the one who's going to derive your cultural aspects also for an organization. So in that aspect, yes, even at that point of time, I used to learn. Doesn't matter. I used to learn Naukri on Shine or whatever it is. And today's in the recent times, I have learned LinkedIn. It's not that okay, I'm a CHRO. I don't need I just got people to do that or no. I always did the groundwork by myself to understand what the challenges that I find, so that when people in my team come up to my table across to me to for some sort of a help or something, I should be able to give them that sort of. So talent acquisition has always been close to me because that derives the success. So that's the whole aspect in the corporate thing. Yes, that was actually that is one of the factors which drove me towards the talent acquisition for choosing the talent corner also across, because that's the very, very important aspect for a HR
Yes, no,
basis
I'm
also.
glad you mentioned it. I think a lot of people today that we speak to are HR heads of organizations, CHROs, who are aspirational about starting their own business, and many of them are extremely passionate about talent acquisition. I think from what you've shared as an experience, many of them who are keen would perhaps be more confident, of starting their own enterprise.
Yes,
Now, another very interesting point that you mentioned, that you were on your job and there was a critical stage in your life where your son was in his board examinations, and to take that plunge of moving from a fixed salary pay into something which
yes.
is an entrepreneurial journey, is a big jump, and I know that a lot of people are very scared about it. I know that your family and your friends have supported you. Can you just help us to understand the kind of mindset that was there at that point of time? And what was that one trigger, or what was that one cue that said, enough is enough and let me start this business now?
See, as I told you, like if I talk about I would rather put it this way: purpose of life. Okay. So everybody will have some sort of a purpose of life, which is very important for them. Uh, so even though, as I told you, like, I have completed my MBA from Australia, I was working there also for a couple of years. But, I never thought about settling down over there or something like that. So I had a mindset right from the beginning that I always wanted my family and friends are everything to me. Okay. So whatever, the corporate experiences that I have gained and all these things, it was a journey. Rather, I wanted to get into an entrepreneurial, journey very early. But, corporate is also a sort of thing that it keeps pulling you because you see success over there, you see a promotions, you see, a salary hike and all these things. It won't let you go. You keep, I know that it was a very, very difficult journey to throw away a corporate CHRO role and coming back to that. But my mindset, as you told me, you wanted for the mindset. Yes, my mindset is my family and friends. Somewhere down the line in the corporate life, I was not able to give them much time or something like that. I could always feel that I was running around here and there, because I'm a sort of person. I'm very dedicated. If I told that I have to work for 8 hours, rather I put, 12 hours or 14 hours and ensure that it is done in the perfect manner or something like that. So in fact, if I talk about the mindset, yes, my mindset was very clear. My purpose of life is very clear that my family and friends, at least now, at this point of juncture, if I don't, then am I going to enjoy my life also? Also, at the same time, give time. See, ultimately, I'm earning money for them only, right? And if I don't give them that sort of space, time, or something like that, then ultimately there is no point, living in this. So that's my ultimate purpose of life, combined with that. So that gave me that dare to, throw off my corporate life and step into from zero rather. It's really from the scratch. I know that I have to start from the scratch. Nothing is going to give me a backup or something. And I'm also more of, I don't take any support from my dad or something. Everything which I do, I wanted to do it on my own. Rather, he is helpful, but doesn't matter. But I also feel that whatever I need to build, I have to build it on my own because from my parents' perspective, they have given me beautiful education as an engineer, MBA. What more do they have to do? They can't be, supporting me on those terms. So yes, so that's the mindset which actually drove me into an entrepreneurial journey where I'm sitting with the talent corner for a 2-year journey. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, Siva. Um, this is really very personal that you've shared along with us, and I kind of
Yes.
resonate with you. A lot of people that I speak to today, they complain that um, we work so hard in the corporate life. We get paid, good fixed salaries. Um, we also get these promotions and all, like you mentioned, right? But that satisfaction is not there because we're not spending time with
Correct.
people that we love. We're not able to
Yes.
balance our lives. There are so many people who have health issues and they're not able to balance,
Yes.
and that is one of the big reasons of getting into entrepreneurial journey, because it gives you the kind of flexibility that you deserve. It gives you the
Yes.
kind of life that you deserve, right? So thank you
Hmm.
so much. I need things. This is very personal of you to share it. I'm going to come back to a few questions later from your earlier point, but moving forward in the conversation, um, you mentioned that you had invested almost 3 years researching about Talent Corner, and you've read a lot of stuff about us. And I know someone who spent 3 years, and especially an HR or CHRO of an organization who spent 3 years, would have done a lot of research about us. If you were to
Yes.
mention three things, just three things which you felt were correct and a right way, the right decision to move with Talent Corner, what would those three things be at that point of time?
See, at that point of time, when I was doing my researches, of course, I did a comparative study in an Excel or something like that because that's how I normally take a decision in any of my corporate practices. Also, if we need to buy something for an organization, also definitely we check for at least a minimum 3 vendors or something like that to take a final decision. it's not about always the cost, the quality also matters, right? So these are some practices which, so coming to the first, the most important three aspect is the first and foremost is from the talent corner. I have seen that sort of a focus from talent corner. It's been 20, I don't know, maybe 3 years, or maybe when I was that, it was 15 years, I suppose, when I started looking for that. So talent corner has always been in that space of talent acquisition. Okay, so that talent acquisition, 15 years journey, and so I saw that stability of an organization's mindset. Yes, they have selected a particular product or something like that, focusing on that specifically. Yes, we want to grow our journey towards this. Doing rather, I would say that it's more of a service excellence or something like that. I felt that in talent corner, this is before contacting you or anything. It is just thoughts when I was just browsing through your net what you call website and or so. And that sort of feeling, I did not find it from the other competitors or something like so. So that was one thing which was giving me that sort of a confidence about your stability in a business as a as a business perspective, because I am taking a very big decision I'm going to take at that point of time. So unless otherwise you don't satisfy my thoughts or something, then I will not be picking and choosing you for my next level of journey or something. That is one thing. Second is wherever, whenever I saw a talent corner pitching in their sales pitch or whatever it is, whether it is a WhatsApp or email or something like that, it is very transparent in terms of the percentage, whatever the aspects that they are sharing with the franchise partner or something. So if I want to start a franchise journey or something, rather, I should be very clear what my terms and conditions are, because rest everything will come at a later stage. Okay, everybody, our mindset is okay. Mujhe kitna milega? What is the portion that I'm going to get, and what is the portion that the franchise sponsor part is going to get that. So this sort of clarity was there in all your communications. Definitely, that is one aspect which triggered me in terms of taking a decision. So yes, I do understand that it was a 3 years, which I was rather, it was a slow journey, which I took my own time and space to identify. So that was one thing. And third aspect, which I find is because most of the people in some of the competitors also, they did not mention anything about, making the franchise partner handle the clients or something. I don't know if they are doing so. But at that point of time, your content or your communication in the website, whatever I have seen, was mentioning about these aspects also. Because I know that I'm in a very respectable or maybe a senior post or something like as a CHRO. Definitely, I would not rather have somebody just to give a pass on a CV to a franchise and get the work done or something. I'm not interested in that, because for my own thing, I wanted to handle the client. I want to make them understand in my own way. So these three key factors, if I, consolidate and tell you that these are the important key factors which was triggering me all these time. Whenever I try to, go ahead with your competitors or something like that, somewhere, Talent Corner always had this sort of an edge to pull me down. Okay, probably Talent Corner is the right sort of an organization that you should pitch in. So that's how I landed my own decision.
Lovely, lovely. That's really interesting to know. I think what I like to kind of share again out here with the audience today is Talent Corner's three virtues that we believe in are trust, transparency, and relationships. And what Siva has said is beautifully summarizing that. We are a organization which is very, very focused only on doing recruitments and recruitments alone. We've not done any other service providing. And that's been one of the reasons that we've been consistently delivering to our clients, and our clients have built a lot of trust on us. You will find every single communication, whether you are not a franchisee or you're a franchisee, or even if you are an employee of Talent Corner, being very, very transparent with you. And like Siva beautifully mentioned, relationships. Relationships is what Talent Corner thrives upon. I'm sure Siva will bring it up in the conversation forward that the amount of importance that we give to our franchisees building relationships with their clients is incredible. And that I'm sure Siva in his conversation further will talk about how it has it has really built a strong business model for us. It's surely built a lot of revenue for us as an organization. Moving Siva to my next question, uh, not everything is very rosy when it comes to taking a franchise. And I know that although 2 years down the line, I can talk about a lot of success that you've brought to yourself and to the organization. However, I also want to know a little bit about the kind of challenges you face. And I know that you faced challenges when you started off, like any other person would face. But I want you to tell us a little bit about the challenges you faced and how you overcame those challenges, is what I want to hear from you.
Of course, yes. Yes, challenges is something that, yes, definitely we face. I will not say that, okay, I've taken a journey with Talent Corner, everything is smooth set, and my bank balance is going to increase. It's not like that. It's not like that. But yes, it will. But it has certain stages. Like the challenges, what I faced is rather, I would like to quote like when I had my first interaction with Ashish, he mentioned one beautiful thing is about failure. Okay, so that I recollect this about 2 years ago. It's the same time, probably maybe the same date also. I don't remember that properly. So at this point of juncture, you mentioned that a person has to be very, very focused in terms of addressing the failures or something like that. Because when it is an entrepreneurial journey or something like that, you have to be ready to face both failures as well as success. So it comes. So, but how you are going to, address the failure is going to lead you to the success. Now, coming to your point of, my first year, yes, definitely the first 6 months, rather, I would say 6 to 7 months was really, really, I would say that it was a real challenge because we have just started a journey and everything is new. And there are a lot of pressure in terms of, okay, I have left my job, I have come and sat and I've started my journey. Okay, Talent Corner has given me a client. I've started my journey. Okay, the client is telling, okay, this guy is rejected. Okay, for whatever said and done. 3, 4 CVs I have given, these guys are rejected. Okay, they have selected, they say that and the salary is not up to the expectations of the organizations. Other challenges, the person will say that at the last moment that I'm not going to join the organization. You know, the person will join the organization, then he will say on the second day, no, I don't think this is the organization which I want to belong to. So I want to leave this organization. So see, these are challenges. Yes, definitely. See, it's not only about success. Okay. It's all about all these failures also. And these failures, why it is happening? Because, as a HR person also, psychology is very, very important. It's not that we will not be able to address this. At least we will not be able to address this to 100%, but I can minimize this. See, as a HR journey also, when I was selecting for my own organization, I used to see the pulse of a people. What is their mindset? Why they are looking for a change or something like that. So this 6 to 7 months journey was very difficult because the client, the person who is going there, not getting selected, person going there, joining and leaving, salary problems, all these things do happen in this journey. But yes, It's all about reading the mindset of the people and whether that person is really interested in that particular role, whether he is just doing a shopping of another offer or something like that. These are aspects that unless otherwise you don't communicate properly with your candidates. That is one aspect where you will find that difficulty or something like that. That is one aspect. That is from the candidate's perspective. Second aspect is how well have you understood the organization's business? Because unless otherwise you don't understand the business or something like that of how they are running there. Okay, just they have given a position. Okay, don't jump into start working on those things, because you have to have that understanding of what exactly their requirement is. Now we have come to that sort of a journey. Whenever a CV, or rather when a JD is given to us, job description is given to us, we quickly go through that. My team have started asking me, what is your key things that you are looking for? To that extent, because my team also have seen such sort of failures when why the person is not going or something like that, or maybe why he is not getting selected or something like that. So what we did this practice is ask for the key person who can address this sort of an issue. For example, it is the head of marketing or something like that, and I go and find out what is the key skill that are you looking for. So he would say that I need specifically excellent communication is fine. Okay, I need only from this automobile market, or maybe from the digital marketing platform or something like that. He will have certain mindset on his things that yes, these are the key aspects which I really need from the person. Then your filtering mechanism becomes easy. Also, you will hit the right person. So for that particular job. So this sort of journey, yes, of course, I was on the other side of the table before starting my journey with the talent corner or something like that. But now, after having worn the shoe of talent corner, then my journey was bit different, because now I have to look at from the an entrepreneurial perspective point of view, what the HR would be looking at from the candidate, what the candidate will be looking from the thing. So these sort of challenges, of course, were there in the initial levels or something like that. Then I fixed up a strategy which I have told you, like how to come over all these challenges over a period of time. So that's how start building relationship with the HR of an organization is a very, very, very most important aspect. Because if you want to succeed, you have to have a very good relationship with the HRs, or maybe whether you are talking to the CEOs or CEOs of the organization. So these are the difficult parameters which I found out in the first 7 months or something like that. And I identified all these problem areas. I've started working on these over a period of journey. And then, yes, the success story starts post that. Probably, I'm sharing all these, little secrets or something like that, which will help you. Maybe you can cut down on your these sufferings or something like that. Maybe you put it whichever way, or a failures or whichever way, 7 months or something, you can cut it down to 4 months. But before 4 months, nothing is going to happen. Rather, I would say that our first closure did happen in the very first month. To be very lucky, yes, we did our first closure in the very first month. So but post that, we found a slack in the thing. It was not happening or something like that. We were failing in some areas or something. That's why, I was keenly watching. Just do not panic at that first point of time. There's nothing to panic, because I think I have taken a very big risk at that point of time. If I started panicking, okay, nothing is happening from talent corner. If I would have stepped out or something like that, again went into the same corporate or something, ultimately my life purpose would have got defeated. So ultimately, so just to summarize this, so this is the 7 months journey, which was a slack period, but I have learned that, and I have trained myself how to handle it over a period of time. So this is how it is.
Lovely, lovely. Siva, I think you've really, said a few very nice things. Um, no business, absolutely no business can run without operational challenges. And what Siva has beautifully said today is not only about the kind of operational challenges that are there in the business, but he's also told you that these operational challenges can be minimized. And if you're constantly keeping a watch on the same, you can really bring it down to near zero and try to get the best value of the time and effort that you put in. Needless to say, it takes time. It definitely takes time to learn about this. No matter how much we kind of tell you about it and teach you, all of us have to go through the journey. Like it's commonly said that you can't be swimming from the outside. I can teach you swimming, but the best way for you to learn to swim is to jump into the pool. I think Siva learned about all these things when he jumped into the pool. Another very interesting aspect that he spoke about, and I'm going to get a little bit more deeper into this, is the aspect of bringing or building relationships with your clients. And I can tell you, with my experience having worked with Siva over the last 2 years, he has built some fabulous relationships with his clients. I can tell you right now, Siva works with a very large pharma company in India, works with a decently large size events and activations company in India. He's got a plethora of companies who keep coming back to him again and again for more and more work. And I can also tell you that his relationships don't go only to the HR heads. The CEOs of these organizations also reach out to Siva. Siva, I want you to spend some more time in telling people what did you do right to build those relationships with those clients and how important is it?
Yeah. As far as the relationship is concerned, see, HR practices is all about relationship. Okay, if you take it any platform you take, whether it is training or performance, or whether it is talent acquisition, HR practices is all about learning the empathy, sympathy, and all these practices. So it has to be the most important critical functions. As a person, you have to have these qualities, or you have to. It's not that you can build it also. It's like that. So if, like a small example, if a child is not learning or something like that, you don't just like, okay, if he's not learning, just leave it. It's not like that. You take steps to take care why he is not learning or something like that. It's the similar way. Like I put another example, like if I want to grow a tree or mango tree or something like that, I put a seed. It's not suddenly it's going to give me a fruit or something. It's a stage wise how you take care of things, and it grows to a small plant, and then it starts growing, and then it flowers, and then it gives that sort of a fruit. So relationship with a organization is something like that. It's a journey, actually. It's not that, HR will not build such sort of a confidence, or maybe that sort of a, trust in you when you immediately when they give you. Sometimes some people, I do also have seen that, they get very, what you call, anxious or very anger over because it's not closing down or something like that, maybe positions or something like that. So this sort of patience level is very, very important in this journey, because patience is something that is going to build that trust. People, yes, of course, in the HR practices, these people will have a lot of reasons for the rejection of your candidate or something. It could be any number of reasons for that matter. But you have to have that confidence building sort of what you say. You have to keep climbing the ladder, step by step, to attain that sort of a confidence in an HR, specifically in the HR department. And then, yes, Rashish rightly told me that, yes, of course, the CEOs and directors would love to speak to me. That is because I have had a reach till there. That is because of the relationship that I have built with the organization over a period of time. That is how you build that relationship, is having a lot of patience, understanding their business model, If they are in a need or something, you have to, give hands to them in their critical need. Uh, if they say a deadline or something like that, yes, we want to close this position at this particular point of time. So you have to keep your commitments. So that sort of, you should never let, see my policy, we should never let a HR come and follow it up with me. Rather, most of my clients, I keep following up with my clients what's happening with my CVs. So that's the position I create. This is actually very important for a person who has to be in a talent acquisition services. You have to have the upper hand. Then the organization will also feel that whatever said and done, Siva is doing a good job. We are getting talented people within that time frame or something like that. Whatever because I have already discussed, which we have already touched based on those things, understanding their business model, understanding their requirements, talking to your key people to understand what are the key important aspects what we need to cater towards in that particular role or something. I have done all these homework prior. So when I'm ready for that, those things, I will be able to quickly and be able to give them quality candidates. That's the most important thing where you will stand out from the other consultants. See, we cannot see somebody without any competition for sure. Competition will be there for sure. Anybody for that matter. Rashish Doshi rightly said that I have a big pharma organization which may have maybe close to 10 or 15 consultants. Okay, I'll give you a small example. That head HR never used to speak to me. I used to speak to the lowest people having a 3 lakhs for an executive or something. I used to coordinate with her. Doesn't matter. I'm a CHRO. I never had that ego. Okay, how will I go and speak to a executive? I need to speak to them. I never had that sort of an ego because it's my business. I need to take care of it. So I started my journey like that on the executive level. But at that some point of time, that head HR was observing my sort of what do you call the level of CVs and what, because the business understanding that I take, and to the point I was able to close some critical positions which were not happening, by the other consultants or something, because you don't give due importance to the requirements. Okay, so that is sort of a relationship I was building with the executive at that point of juncture. And yes, over a period of journey, now the head HR itself started my communication through the executive's phone or something like that. After that, we moved to the next level of he started communicating over the WhatsApp or something like that. He will just tell me now, Siva, just please take care of this. Okay. So if a head HR is telling me, please take care of this, then immediately it's my responsibility. I have to ensure that I fulfill his commitments because he is having trust that which I have built over a period of time. The same thing, in an advertising and marketing agency sort of a thing. So initially the HR, the manager level, we were having that sort of a relationship over a period of time. Then the organization also started feeling that, okay, this is the level of Siva is working. And we used to have meetings with the director started, communicating with me, on these requirements. And recently also we had last week or so, we had a meeting along with Rashish Joshi, and I was very happy to hear from him that Siva is doing a good job from a very big organization in the advertising and marketing media, which has been in 30 years in the business. Such director is talking about talent corner in terms of you are doing a good level of services. This was not built in a day or something. Yes, I have put my journey in that. I have built these things over a period of having a lot of patience. And it was not happening easily also. Yes, there were difficult times when I had with the, executives, but you never give up, right? If you need to taste success, you should never give up. That is the point where I have, how is that possible that I will not succeed in this? That's the perseverance. I would rather say that I had it for myself. Yes, how can they say that I'm not a good recruiter, or why it is not from me or something like that? It's all about your personality, how you project yourself, to the organization. So that is, and how well you behave with your client or something. It's very, very critical. Doesn't matter. They will, make you go mad. They will make you go angry or something like that. See, ultimately, for any business for that matter, customer is your boss. Okay. I know that they have their own differences. They will come up with such sort of things or whatever said and done. But never ever say anything to your, client or something like that. I never practice that, speaking anything bad or maybe argument with a client or something. Never, never. It's always, communication is key, and we can sort things if we properly communicate or something like that. Things can be sorted. That's how, you build a relationship. Today maybe the things are looking, yes, this is not the way it has to be, but over a period of time, yes, it will happen, and it has happened. So this is my way of how
Lovely.
I build a relationship with
No, lovely. I think
corporate.
that's very interesting, Sim. I think you've given some great examples. I mean, um, a lot of people when they talk only very superficially on the top level, but you went deep. You spoke about your journey with different companies and how you kind of built that. A beautiful word that you said, and I'm going to catch on to that right now, is the word perseverance. I think an entrepreneur will never succeed if they do not have perseverance. Perseverance to success, perseverance to ask a question, why am I not going to be able to do this? Right? And then working towards it is a very, very key important issue. And something that all of us need to work upon and grow as an organization. Something I think, if you're watching this video and if you're looking to take a franchise of Talent Corner, one thing you can remember is, if you're going to become an entrepreneur with us, perseverance is a very, very key attribute that needs to come along with you. Now, so I'm going to move to the next question, which is, a lot of people watching this are perhaps going to be those people who are keen to take a franchise of Talent Corner. Um, Talent Corner obviously offers a lot of support. And instead of me talking about it, I want you to share with the audience today as the kind of support that you receive from the head office, and how this has been instrumental in your journey as a franchise partner.
Yes, Rashid, I would like to throw a lot of things, what sort of support. Um, the first and foremost important aspect is you have allocated a team leader. Okay, to my team leader, Urmi. She is a lovely, very, very responsible person. Anything that we come up with or something, she handles it with a lot of patience, and she gives solutions. See, ultimately, when we have invested our money, our time, we are expecting that we want to grow, in this journey along with Talent Corner or something like that. Everybody will have some sort of an expectation. Okay, I need to take care of my family, my business, my, income should start flowing in or something like that. So with lot of, aspects running around in my mind, so the support which I talk about is first and foremost is the what you call the team leader, which you have appointed, for a specific group of people or something like that. Yes, that's one lovely thing which you have done, because um, even in any sort of business line or something, if I'm a customer or something, I would love to speak to one person rather than 10 people or something like that. So that is one great business structuring that you have done, because all my problems I can put to one person, and he or she is able to, put that solution for us and bringing it back to us or something like that. So that is one aspect of great support from them. And second is, as a talent corner, of course, you are providing us the internet connection or something like that. All these internet connections, or maybe because that's a journey that we have to see. Because when you have to show as a professional aspect or something like that, we need to have a talent corner badge in it rather than sending a mail in a Gmail or something like that. Yes, you took care of everything that your partners should be having this sort of what you call professional approach or something. You have created mail IDs and all those things. So that is looks very professional. That is the support which you have given. And the recent support, which I see that I think, if I'm not wrong, that girl's name is Neetal. I think you have allocated somebody, Neetal, specifically because in today's trend, you are also upgrading yourself in terms of, because all your franchise partners also to be upgraded in terms of, because LinkedIn is one platform which is coming on a fast pace or something like that. So you never backed off in terms of what you call, we have to be trendy, otherwise we will be left over. So that sort of approach you had, you thought about it, you have allocated one person who can follow it up with a franchise partner to understand what sort of it's very important for us to project ourselves in the LinkedIn space also, so that we take this as a journey, as a family of talent corner or something like that over a period of time. Because it's not about the marketing activities, whatever that you are doing from the head office or corporate office. That is one aspect, but everybody as a franchise partner should be built as a brand ambassador or something. You project your own self in that platform, which can induce more business. We can try to get, it's a it's a what you collective effort or something like that, so that when we get more business, everybody grows in that. It's not that only I'm growing or something, because business is never like that, which also I have understood in this whole journey. It has to be a profit sharing or some sort of a sharing. So that is a very, very good initiative, which really I appreciate you that you have taken that sort of an initiative to keep us in the front in terms of the LinkedIn aspect also. So this sort of support. And the other supports which I would rather say is your direct interaction with each and every franchise partner on a regular basis. Your what you say, your dates are fixed on a specific time. You give us enough time to fix our calendars or something like that, which is very professional about you, which I liked it. Because having worked in a corporate, I also function that way, because I need to know ahead what my calendar is going to look like, so that I don't falter on those things. You never had any sort of meetings on a rush basis, or we can have it tomorrow or on the evening or something. I've never, in this 2 years journey, which I really appreciate and like about your journey, which is a very great support. You give us enough time to and we have a complete review mechanism for each and every client. What are the different challenges that we are facing? What is the success story of each and everything? So we have one-on-one along with our team leader. This is a one good structure meeting that you are having on a regular basis with us, which also helps in if there is any issue with the client on a major front or something, you getting involved in that aspect or something. And one more most important aspect is in terms of follow-up for the payments. Yes, of course, you do that from your part or something. You never, take put that on the head of the franchise head or franchise partners or something like that. You, the team leaders, yourself also getting involved in all these practices. I've seen, whenever. And the most important transparency, which I have talked about, is as soon as the payment is received or something, probably I think you disburse it within 24 hours or maximum 48 hours if there is some leave or in between. This is the most important factor, or the systems that you have put in, which will give that sort of a transparency, which I have you know um, thought about when I was looking at Talent Corner, and it was happening. on the in my journey, that you were very particular in terms of clearing the payments of the franchise partner on an immediate basis, or at least within that 48 hours or something like that. And immediately you yourself follow it up for the invoices, so that your books of accounts and my books of accounts are also clear in terms of all the invoicing. So this is a very good practice, because I also don't believe in procrastination. I also believe it has to done, it has to be very clear with whatever the things or something. So payment perspective, I really appreciate that it's never been a procrastination from your end, which is a key aspect. And other than that, Urmi, my talent, my team leader is doing an immense, actually, extremely any sort of things that I ask for. She will definitely, if it is not within her purview or something, at least she will escalate it to you, or maybe the accounts department, whichever department, she gets it sorted for me. So that is amazing setup which you have shared. So this is my overall aspect, which I talk about your support systems in each and every aspect of your, organizations.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, Siva. I think that's really heartening to hear. When franchisees appreciate the little efforts that we are making. In most of my videos, Siva, people talk about us giving them clients. People talk about us giving business. But I think you mentioned more than that. For the audience who's looking at this video, we of course have a set of team leaders working very closely with our franchise partners. Urbi, who is the team leader with Siva, has several years of experience in the recruitment industry, and I think they both have partnered each other to bring immense success. Um, the small, gesture of ensuring that all our franchise partners have a talent corner email ID versus having a Gmail ID is something that Siva mentions in this conversation as well. Yes, there is this new initiative that we are working towards, which is helping our franchise partners become brand ambassadors of Talent Corner. And I'm really going to, spend a minute out here. Whenever I speak to all my franchise partners, I tell them that the day Talent Corner becomes more of your organization than it's my organization, that's the time when we have built a great organization together. I think you must have been already feeling that Siva treats Talent Corner like his own organization. I think that speaks volumes about the kind of effort that he's put in. And yes, of course, this journey that Neetal is taking care of in terms of making Siva and other franchise partners the influencers in the recruitment industry on LinkedIn is something that we are working upon this year. Transparency is a very, very key issue at Talent Corner. We are very clear about this, and money received by us must be paid to our franchise partners within a specific duration of time. It's actually every Thursdays. Siva would validate this, that every Thursday, no matter what happens, payment comes to him. So these are a few things, and yes, I'm very passionate about franchising and my franchise partners, and therefore every 3 to 4 months I have a very good detailed review call with them, and it's paying great dividends because it's actually allowing me to build strong relationship with my franchise partners as well. Thank you so much, Siva, for covering this for us. I'm going to come to my last two questions, Siva. So one, you obviously mentioned a little bit about the support that you get from Talent Corner. Now, initially you had mentioned you were from HR, as you know, and I mean we've spoken it a lot of times, that 90 to 95% of the franchise partners that we have do not come from an HR background, do not come from a recruitment background at all, right? I want you to share with the audience today as to, even though you are from the HR background, if someone was not from the HR background and was having the zest and the perseverance to become an entrepreneur, how difficult or easy would it be for them, in your viewpoint?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Okay, you feel that being a HR person, it's a cakewalk or something like that. It's never like that. Okay, because this journey is something to do with human emotions, how they behave, and all those things. It's not predictable. Okay, so rather I have my HR practices, HR background or something like that. In case if I'm not a HR also, doesn't matter. You can become a franchise partner, or maybe you can enter this business. It is only about having a passion for an entrepreneurship. Whenever I talked about a mango tree or something, you put the seed and has to grow over a period of time. So it is like that only. Whether it is any businesses for that matter, you have to have that passion. First, you have to create that sort of a passion. Yes, this is something that I want to. If you have passion for talking to people, if you have passion for building relationship, and if you have that sort of a patience level or something, so these are three key important factors that you need to have. If you feel that yes, you have to have these, you have to imbibe these sort of characteristics within yourself. And yes, doesn't matter, any sort of entrepreneurial sort of practices needs this. And talent corner is one of the business practices which you will definitely able to flourish in. Doesn't matter you are from a HR background or not, because whether you are from a HR background does not decide that whether that person is going to get into that organization or not. It's my relationship with them. It's my patience level of handling my clients. It's my ability to read the candidate, whether he is, and my interest levels in knowing the business, what the client is having. So any normal person, an educated, definitely you will definitely be an educated person for that. I'm taking this as an assumption. But if you have an education, whether you are a BCom graduate, whether you are an MBA, or whether you are an engineer, anything for that matter, any sort of thing, you will have certain sort of an experience in terms of in your own colleges and schools, you would have built your relationship through your friends, family members, and all these things. So these are something that we have inbuilt qualities within us. It's about how we are going to take out these practices and put it in the entrepreneurial journey. That's the key. So doesn't matter whether you are from the HR background or not. Keep all these focuses on these sort of few characteristics of yours, and definitely anybody can succeed in this sort of a business line. But you have to have that sort of a mindset to build these qualities, have these sort of a journey, learn from the mistakes what you have done so that you don't repeat it from that mistakes. Build a team over a period of journey. See, I started myself and my wife. We started this journey. Only we were two people. Today, I'm having a team of 3, 4 people who have shown some, that sort of a confidence in me. They are sticking on with me. That is because I'm able to grow to that level of, because that is because I'm building relationship. Talent corner is giving me that sort of a business, and I'm able to give that sort of a closure through my relationship and all these things. So it hardly matters whether you are a HR person or something like that. Have that sort of perseverance, have that sort of patience level, have that focus, that you need to succeed or something like that. Definitely anybody can succeed in this journey. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for actually mentioning that, Siva. Um, my last question. I know you've slowly grown from the two of you to, now have a team of 3 to 4 people with you. And I definitely know that you are someone who's looking to grow. What does the next 3 years of Siva look like?
Yes, I had this initial talk itself with Rashish. Okay, I have left this journey. I don't want to mention what my salary structure is, at that point of time. But I did mention that I want to cover this sort of an, revenue which I have, been doing it in the corporate or something like that. And Rashish did put it in a very good manner in terms of it's not going to, fall from the sky, or rather, it's not going to happen overnight or something like that. It's a journey. Again, yes, I do understand that also. Yes, he told me that, you have to, if you want to grow, then you have to build team, right? because I have a capacity. For example, I can close 10 positions at a given point of time, 20 positions or something like that. But I will have a certain limitation of talking to people, spending time, because it's all about quality time that you have to talk to the people. So my ultimate goal or journey towards this is, yes, I have left my corporate life. I want to make up for that. And I know that it is a journey, because in corporates also we have seen that sort of a sales figure or something. It's not that straight away, the sales figure is not going to go up. It is a gradual increase of how you are building the channel, how you are building a relationship, and then building team, allocating that sort of a job roles to them, making them understand this sort of a job role, bringing the same quality. What you have to start spending time with your team members, make them understand what exact expectations, because they could be freshers or new to this industry or something like that. See, let me tell you, this also, all my people whom I am currently having are very, I would rather say they are just trainees. It's all about your thought process, how well you can groom them and bring them over a period of time. So that's how the journey will grow. So my expectation is, my corporate level CHRO expectation has to be met. I'm working towards that. And Rashish is, definitely in terms of, he told me it's going to happen over a period of time. I have created my team. Now I'm looking at handling more clients, taking more responsibilities at the same time, ensuring that the what you call the problems which are coming in over the period of the 2 years journey, I have now faced this sort of failures, which I'm trying to minimize or make it to zero or something like that, which definitely I'm pretty sure I will reach that journey at some point of time. So this is my overall.
Lovely, lovely, Siva. I know that for a matter of fact that you have done immensely well uh, in terms of processes, systems, and I know financially also you've grown really, really well. And I do know when we spent that time in Delhi a few months
Yes.
ago, you mentioned to me about that figure that you wanted to achieve. And I have that figure. I think we are close to achieving that figure, and we will achieve that figure. We
Yes.
are working towards that.
Yes.
But you are already a good profit-making franchise, and I know that these profits will only grow. Um, and
Yes.
my support is there always to you, and we will make sure that Talent Corner grows together along with you. Um, Thank you
Yes.
so much, Siva, once again for spending this, this Saturday morning with me. It's been an amazing conversation between you and me, and some great insights, a lot of transparency, some really, amazing personal moments that you've shared with us. It goes a long way in telling us that you are an integral part of the Talent Corner family. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rashish. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I had really a lovely time to express myself, in this journey. And whatever said and done, whatever I have told in this is straight from my heart, and it's the actual feeling or actual what sort of the journey that I have spent in this 2 years or something. Everybody can succeed. It's all about perseverance, which again and again, I will tell you, perseverance and patience. Definitely, we will grow as a family together. Thank you very much, Rashish, for bringing me on this platform.
Lovely. Thank you. Perseverance and passion are the two words that we're going to leave you with. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.